Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back with another video. So in this video we're going to be starting what we left before. So people in Pakistan in the summer months, all right? So let's say you continue studying this particular. Let me grab my pen and let's get started. All right, so in this video I'm going to be covering this topic, and as well as I will make sure that video is not too long as well at the same time, and we're going to do a little bit of research on the Google as well if it requires to. All right, so people in Pakistan in summer months. So this was a newspaper report back in May, all right? So now it says that at least 12 people reported dead in the heat wave. Okay, now why do people, die in the heat wave? Let's read it out. So it says over here, okay, let me just select the highlight over here. All right, Islamabad, May 2022, at least 12 people have died of heat stroke in Pakistan, with the temperatures shooting up to more than 40 degrees Celsius, reports said today. 3 people died in the central Multan area and another 5 north in the Faisalabad at the weekend, raising the central Punjab province death toll alone to a dozen in 3 days. Several other places, including Islamabad, also sizzled under more than 40 degree. And the meteorological department, the MET department, which we actually studied before, that what does this MET means, right? So Monday forecasts was hot and dry weather, which was likely to be persist with the isolated dust storm. So you see, in this entire complete article, it's actually discussing about that how a news report comes in the newspaper when people die because of the weather changes, because of the changes in the climate. For example, when the temperature gets very, very hot. So usually we see these news reports on the news televisions that guys, do not go outside unnecessarily. Even if you're going outside, drink a lot of water. And not only in the newspapers, but sometimes even our parents say that thing to us a lot. Okay, why it's happening? Because some people are not that much susceptible to the dehydration, to the heat. Dehydration, if I talk about the dehydration, so that means in the normal warm days, or even in the winters, we sometimes sweat, but in summers comparatively to winters we sweat a lot. And also when we work out, when we run, so our body sweats a lot. So whenever we are sweating, okay, when we are having the sweat, so the water that we drink, it's like literally evaporating from our body. It's like literally getting out from our body. So that's something really important that you guys need to keep in your mind. All right, now moving further, now I'm going to read this. The northern areas in grip of severe cold. Now here we were talking about some hot weather. Now we're going to talk about the cold weather, the -1. So it says about the Gilgit here that the November 12th, the northern areas are in the grip of severe cold after snowfall over the hills and intermittent rains during the first week of November. Now this means that, see, severe means there was a lot of severe cold. Why there was severe cold? After the snowfall. See, when it was snowing, so at that time, of course, there was cold, but so these are kind of the aftermath, the after effects of the snowfall. All right. So over the hills and intermittent raining. Intermittent raining means like raining in small intervals. Maybe it rained for 5 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, and then after 2-3 hours again it rained. So like let's take an example that in 24 hours it rained almost like 15 or 16 times, with the gap of 1 hour or something like that. So that's what we call intermittent rainfall, right? So happening in small chunks, okay, with some gaps. Acha, then the Gilgit Met Office recorded 5 millimeters rain in the first week. The temperature recorded was -1 on November 9. Bad weather also disturbed PIA operations to the northern areas from Islamabad. See, now bad weather also disturbed the PIA, Pakistan International Airlines. So